Social reformers. In this module, you will know about the great Indian social reformers and their contribution to the society. Alicia is pasting pictures on a poster. Let's see what she is doing. Hey Alicia, what are you doing?
Mom, I'm making a poster on the great Indian social reformers. I have their images, but I need your help to write about them. Will you please help me?
Sure, Alicia. Show me the images you have.
I have 4 images. First is Raja Ram Mohan Roy. Second is Dayananda Saraswati. Third is Pandita Ramabai. And the fourth is Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. Mom, I have to write short articles as well about these social reformers. Will you please help me?
Okay, let me explain to you one by one. Let's begin with Raja Ram Mohan Roy. Raja Ram Mohan Roy is known as the maker of modern India. He made great efforts to bring reforms to the Indian society and to improve the life of women. To bring social reforms at a large scale, he established Brahma Samaj in 1828. In particular, he fought against the cruel practice of sati, in which a Hindu widow was forced to burn herself alive with the dead body of her husband. It was the result of his efforts that the British government in 1829 passed a law to ban the inhumane practice of sati. The law declared practice of sati illegal and punishable by the criminal courts. He was against early marriage of girls and wanted girls to go to schools and colleges like boys. He was a progressive thinker. He believed that to move ahead and to compete with the other nations, India had to adopt modern education system. Alicia, it would be better if you present this information in the form of mind map in your poster. Can you do it?
Yes, Mom. Just give me 10 minutes.
After 10 minutes.
Mom, look at it.
That's wonderful, Alicia. Now, I'll tell you about Swami Dayananda Saraswati. Dayananda Saraswati born in 1824. He was a great religious and social reformer. He formed the Arya Samaj in 1875. It was against the practice of idol worship, animal sacrifice, caste system, child marriage, etc. He believed in simple prayers done with true heart. He was against superficial and costly religious rituals. He wanted Vedas to be translated in Hindi so that common man could read them. He believed that change is possible in the Indian society only through education. His followers opened the Dayanand Anglo-Vedic or DAV schools. Alicia, make a mind map on Swami Dayanand Saraswati as well and show it to me. After 10 minutes.
Hey, Mom, I have done it.
Now, I'll tell you about Pandita Ramabai. Pandita Ramabai was born in 1858. She had to face many obstacles because she was trying to educate women. To improve the situation of women, she founded the Arya Mahila Samaj. She was particularly concerned with the situation of widows. Therefore, she opened Sharda Sadan for them.
Mom, I have made a mind map for Pandita Ramabai also.
That's great. You have learnt it well. Now, we will learn about Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. Sir Syed Ahmad Khan was a great Indian Muslim social reformer. He was born in 1817. He wanted to improve the condition of Muslim community by introducing modern education. To encourage modern education in Muslim community, he established the Aligarh Muslim University. He was particularly concerned for the welfare of girls and women. He was against the Parda system and early marriage of girls. He promoted education as a solution to remove these social evils.
Mom, look at it.
Well done, Alicia. Let's recap. Raja Ram Mohan Roy was a great social reformer and known as the maker of modern India. He founded the Brahma Samaj in 1828. He fought against the cruel practice of sati. Swami Dayanand Saraswati was a great religious and social reformer. He founded the Arya Samaj in 1875. He was against idol worship, animal sacrifice, caste system, and child marriage. His followers opened the Dayanand Anglo-Vedic or DAV schools. Pandita Ramabai promoted women education. She founded Arya Mahila Samaj and Sharda Sadan for women welfare. Sir Syed Ahmad Khan was a great Indian Muslim social reformer. He founded the Aligarh Muslim University to promote modern education among Muslim community. Indian National Congress. In this module, you will inquire into the origin and working of the Indian National Congress. It's the history class. Let's see what's going on there. Today we are discussing about the Indian National Congress or the INC. This lesson is important because today, along with your topic, you will also understand how to study various topics of history. It will help you to learn easily. Are you ready for that?
That would be very useful for us.
To learn any topic, you should ask basic questions such as: what is it? When did it take place? Where did it happen? Who were the persons associated with it? Why was it formed? How did it happen? Using these keywords, we'll learn today's topic, the Indian National Congress or the INC. You all can ask your questions one by one and I will answer. Sophie, can you frame the first question?
Yes, ma'am. My question is, what is the Indian National Congress or the INC?
Let me answer it. The Indian National Congress or the INC is India's first political party. It played a very significant role in the Indian freedom struggle. It was the first organized political action against the British government. Let's move to the second question. Sid, you ask the next question.
When and where did the formation of the INC take place?
You framed the question very well, using two keywords together. Let me answer it. The INC was formed in 1885 in Mumbai, then Bombay. It was the time when Indians were becoming aware of their political rights and started demanding constitutional reforms from the British government. Alicia, you ask the next question using the keyword who.
Who founded the INC and who were the other important persons associated with it?
Alan Octavian Hume, a retired British officer, founded the Indian National Congress. He was also the first General Secretary of INC. The first president of INC was W.C. Banerjee. Alicia, your keyword for the next question is why.
Why was the INC formed?
The INC was formed to draw the attention of the British government to the problems faced by Indians. There were other objectives also behind the creation of INC to ensure greater participation of Indians in the British administration, demand for more seats for Indians in legislative assemblies and councils, to ensure more rights such as freedom of speech. Sophie, now it is your turn.
How did the INC function?
There were two strands of the Congress. They differed in their approach. The first strand was of moderate leaders such as Dadabhai Naoroji, Surendranath Banerjee and Badruddin Tayyabji. They believed in the British sense of justice. They wanted to solve their problems through discussions, meetings, petitions, and requests. Another strand was of nationalists or extremists. It included members such as Lala Lajpat Rai, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, and Bipin Chandra Pal. These leaders were very critical of the British and they did not approve of the moderate approach. They used strong actions and strong language to put forward their concerns before the British. You see, we have covered all dimensions of the topic by using the keywords what, when, where, why, and how. You may use these words to learn other topics as well. Let's recap. The Indian National Congress, or the INC, is India's first political party. It was formed in 1885 in Mumbai. Alan Octavian Hume, a retired British officer, founded the Indian National Congress. There were two strands of the Congress, the moderates and the extremists. Moderate leaders of Congress were Dadabhai Naoroji, Surendranath Banerjee, and Badruddin Tayyabji. Extremist leaders of Congress were Lala Lajpat Rai, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, and Bipin Chandra Pal. Partition of Bengal and Swadeshi movement. In this module, you will observe a group discussion on the partition of Bengal and the Swadeshi movement. Alicia, Sophie, and Sid are all set to participate in a group discussion. Let me introduce you to today's topic. The Indian freedom struggle was full of significant events. One such event was the partition of Bengal. It took place in 1905. Now you will discuss the various aspects of this topic. I'm here to support you.
First question that comes to my mind is this. Why was only Bengal partitioned, whereas Bombay and Madras were left untouched?
This is very intelligent question, Alicia.
Let me answer it. In the beginning of the 20th century, patriotic feelings were on the rise in the province of Bengal. Both Hindus and Muslims were taking part in agitations against the British rule. The British were afraid of this unity. This Hindu-Muslim unity and strong feelings of nationalism were posing a threat to the British rule in India. That's good, Sophie. Let me add my points to your points. To break this Hindu-Muslim unity, the British played the trick of divide and rule. The then Governor General, Lord Curzon, divided Bengal into two parts, East Bengal and West Bengal in 1905. East Bengal had the Muslim majority, while the West Bengal was a Hindu majority part of Bengal. But can anyone tell what the reaction of the people of India was to the partition of Bengal? The people of India soon realized that the British government is using the divide and rule policy to divide Hindu and Muslim community. People all over India opposed the partition of Bengal. People's anger erupted in the form of Swadeshi movement. Now my question is, what was the reaction of the British to the Indian protest? When people opposed it, the British tried to justify the partition of Bengal. They argued that the Bengal province was too large to govern. At that time, it was the largest province in British India. But the British argument did not convince the people of India, and consequently, agitation against the British took the shape of the Swadeshi movement. My question is, what was the strategy of the Swadeshi movement? It is interesting to know the strategy of Swadeshi movement. First, understand the meaning of this term Swadeshi. Swadeshi means of one's own country. Thus, to promote and revive domestic products and indigenous industries, people took an oath to buy only Indian goods and boycott foreign goods. Indians also boycotted colleges, courts, and councils to make British administration non-functional. This task was not easy, but the leadership of great leaders made it possible. Can anyone name those leaders? Yes, key persons associated with this movement were Aurobindo Ghosh, Veer Savarkar, Lokmanya Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Bipin Chandra Pal, and Lala Lajpat Rai. They encouraged common people to protest against the partition of Bengal. What did the British do after this? The British tried to suppress the movement by brutal beatings, shootings, and imprisonment of the participants of the Swadeshi movement.
We are now moving towards the end of this group discussion. Ask your concluding questions.
Yes, ma'am. My question is, what was the significance of the Swadeshi movement? It was an important milestone in the journey towards the independence of India. It filled people with hope and enthusiasm. This is the last question from me. What was the outcome of this movement? The British could not suppress the movement. Finally, they had to withdraw the partition of Bengal, and Bengal was reunited in 1911.
Thank you, children. We had a great group discussion. It will help you to remember things for a longer period. Let's recap. Partition of Bengal was an important event of the Indian freedom struggle. Governor-General Lord Curzon divided Bengal into two parts, East Bengal and West Bengal in 1905. People all over India opposed the partition of Bengal. People's anger erupted in the form of Swadeshi movement. The strategy of the Swadeshi movement was to promote indigenous goods and to boycott foreign goods. Aurobindo Ghosh, Veer Savarkar, Lokmanya Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Bipin Chandra Pal and Lala Lajpat Rai were the main leaders of the Swadeshi movement. The British tried to suppress the movement but failed. The partition of Bengal was withdrawn and it was reunited in 1911.